Hello all, 4-Player Squad Gaming here, and this is our Final Fantasy XIV Trial Guide series. The Striking Tree Extreme is a level 50 full party optional trial featured during the quest Judgment Bolts and Lightning. The quest giver is Scarlet in New Gridania. It is also worth mentioning, at the time of recording this video, 20 Tomestones of Poetics are awarded upon completion. If you haven't already, click the sword down below to subscribe, and get ready for this shocking encounter with the Primal of Thunder Ramuh. We can start this fight as normal with the main tank gaining enmity and facing Ramuh away from the party. You will have noticed a waymarker placed at the south position on the inner fight area. This is highly recommended to help guide players for one of the mechanics. See here for the positioning of this waymarker. We have used C, but use any letter you like. Ramuh will start the fight with Thunderstorm. This is a multi-target AoE that targets 3 random party members and some of the free space in the fight area. We need to avoid the AoE as usual and avoid overlapping any AoEs with any other players, as to avoid unnecessary damage. The AoE circles that do not target players will leave behind balls of electricity, and these are the most important mechanic of this fight. These orbs will grant a stack of electroconductivity, and at 3 stacks will grant surge protection. The tank should aim to be protected by surge protection at all times during the fight, as this massively reduces the damage dealt from Ramuh's normal / tank buster attack Shock Strike. Only 3 orbs should ever be collected. If you collect more than 3 orbs, then you will oversaturate with electricity and be debuffed with a stack of static condensation, which instead deals shock damage over time, rather than reducing the damage received. Shock Strike is the single target tank buster that will target the main enmity threat. This deals huge damage, usually enough to one-shot kill tanks, unless the damage is reduced by surge protection. It will also splash out to anybody stood near the tank, so make sure to position yourself well to avoid the damage. Due to the frequency of Thunderstorm, the tanks need to tank swap to ensure that Ramuh's main enmity threat has surge protection. The recommended way to ensure this is when new orbs spawn, the off-tank should collect 3, gain protection and instantly provoke Ramuh to become the main enmity threat. The then off-tank needs to wait for surge protection to end before collecting more orbs to regain surge protection. This is the most difficult mechanic of the fight to maintain, however good communication and awareness of the other tank will help massively here. Directly after Thunderstorm, the water will electrify, dealing damage to anybody stood in the watery part of the fight area, so all party members need to collapse on the central grassy area just after Thunderstorm is cast to avoid this damage. Keep up the damage and maintaining protection. Ramuh will use Chaotic Strike on 2 random party members but never on the main enmity threat. This single target attack will mark 2 players with an orange crosshair, and these players should instantly run over to the waymarker you have placed. The players will be inflicted with chaos and stunned. These players need to be shocked free by other party members. This is done by overlapping the circle AoE from Thunderstorm over the stunned players. This will release them and they can fight again. This is why we place a waymarker, so we can easily determine where we need to go to free the players. If you do not free the players from chaos, they will be seduced towards Ramuh, and when Ramuh casts Thunderspark, they will walk towards the point blank AoE and be killed. It is possible for the off-tank to be targeted by Chaotic Strike, so make sure that other party members are around to free them. As mentioned with Thunderstorm before, do not overlap too many AoE circles over the stunned players, as the damage will kill them. We have enough to deal with Ramuh, let alone our own party trying to kill us. These mechanics will rotate until approximately 60% of Ramuh's health, when the next phase begins. 6 grey arbiters will appear around the fight area, and this is our DPS check. The damage dealers need to swap focus towards the grey arbiters immediately, whilst avoiding all of Ramuh's first phase abilities and the straight line shocks from the arbiters. It is recommended to start at the arbiter closest to your waymarker and then go clockwise to clear them. The main enmity threat will also need to rotate Ramuh to coincide with the positions of the damage dealers, aiming Ramuh away from the rest of the party and avoiding the unnecessary damage. The off-tank can also split off and deal damage to the arbiters, however you just have to be aware of having time to collect the orbs to gain surge protection and be able to tank swap. Ramuh will be using all of the original abilities from phase 1, so make sure to allow for these whilst dealing damage to the arbiters. Ramuh will be using Thunderstorm more frequently in this phase, thus leaving more orbs around the area. The more orbs that are left on the ground will amplify the damage of Thunderstorm, so healers and damage dealers can collect 1 to 2 orbs to help reduce the amount. However, do not collect too many and leave the tanks high and dry. Make sure all the arbiters are killed, even just 1 remaining will cause Judgment Bolt to wipe the trial. Phase 3 will now begin. In this phase, Ramuh will introduce a new ability, Rolling Thunder. This ability will tether two players together, inflicting them with causality and thunderclap, dealing shock damage over time and shock damage after any ability cast. To remove the tether, one of the players must pick up 3 orbs and gain surge protection. This needs to be managed with the tanks, to ensure that you do not steal all of the orbs and subsequently kill the tank. The mechanics from phase 1 and 2 will now rotate, until around 30% health, when Ramuh will increase the frequency of Thunderstorm again. Managing the orbs is essential in this part of the fight. Aim to leave approximately 6 orbs in the fight area. This will allow for Rolling Thunder and for the tanks to swap effectively. The Great Arbiters will also return after 30% health, however they cannot be targeted and they will simply cast their shot lines across the fight zone, avoid as necessary. With these mechanics in mind, keep up the damage to Ramuh and use your limit break to bring this fight to a close and kill this live wire. And there you have it, the Striking Tree Extreme is complete. Remember to commemorate the player you believe deserves it most and pick up your loot. We give this trial a difficulty rating 4 out of 5 swords. Ramuh hits incredibly hard and tank swapping is essential. This trial will teach you how to do it well. The special loot for this trial includes Ramuh primal weaponry, Judgment rings, the Levin orb and large Levin orb crafting items, the Markab mount whistle, the beta copy of Thunder Roll's Equestrian Roll and the Ramuh card. Remember to like, comment and if you haven't already, click to subscribe. We are 4Player Squad Gaming, thanks for watching.